Good afternoon, my dear student. Today, that we discuss about the question answers, the remaining question answers from the chapter 4, Chinese civilization. As you know, in my last class, I already completed on the exercise A, B, and C. These were question answers, and I hope you have to write down in your copies. Now, today we shall discuss that about the number D. So, open your books, that the page number 48. Now, you see the first question is given here, number D1. That is what kind of society existed in the Chinese ancient Chinese civilization. So what are the kind of society that existed? So this answer is given on the page number 41, that the life of Chinese civilization point, under it which one is the sub point is given society. See this point. The Chinese society is the hierarchical in nature and their emperor were the top of the social order, and it followed by the nobles or the businessman or the artisans type of persons and the slaves type of persons that belong from it. And the soldiers, those are the soldiers or the army soldiers, they get the special respect in the society or the Chinese society. And all the peoples, they are lived in a group or the clans, and the families are also, they respected, they are all the ancestors and the elders. So this full paragraph that we have to be right, that about the society of Chinese civilization. That what type of society? The Chinese society are the hierarchical in nature, and in their society the king is located in the top of the social order, and the kings are followed by those are the nobles or the artisans type of person, businessman, merchant, and the slaves type of persons. And also the soldiers are take very important place in the Chinese society. And all the Chinese peoples, they live in a group or a clans. And in the Chinese society, they give the respect to the ancestors and the elders. So I hope you have to understand this one. Now go for the next one. Then what did the ancient Chinese cultivate? What are the things the ancient Chinese cultivate? So for this answer, you have to open the page number 42. That see the occupation point, sub point is the agriculture. See from the second line, the people grew rice, millet, wheat, barley, and soybean. What are the things they cultivate? That rice, millet, wheat, barley, and soybean. These are the things they have to cultivate by the Chinese people. Again I repeat, what are the things they cultivate? Rice, wheat, millet, barley, and soybean. And the second part question, on the same question, what tools they use? See in the downward of the same paragraph, see the downward after 5-6 line, that see there are the indication of the rice cultivation and the peels of rice, the against husk, stalk, leaves, and the moldboards. The moldboards and the husks, these are the two names of the tools that used by the Chinese people. Moldboards and the husks are the name of the two tools that used by the Chinese people for their cultivation. Now see the third question. That is what is sericulture, and why did the Chinese have the monopoly on silk? So what you write? See the page number 42. The point is sericulture. Now see from the first line, that China was the first country in the world those who produce the silkworm and it made silk. So China was the first country in the world those who produce the silkworm and they form of silks. And also this process of the formation of the silk from the silkworm is called the sericulture. So what is the sericulture? In which process the Chinese peoples they make silk from the silkworm. This process is known as the sericulture. Now the sericulture process, why the Chinese get monopoly? Because up to the 5th century, no other country in the world did not produce the silk. So China only the one country those who produce the silk and they export it all over the world. That is why China get the monopoly on silk cultivation. Again I repeat, that up to the 5th century CE, there no other country in the world did not cultivate or produce the silk except the China. That is why China only the one country in the world those who export the silk in the different parts of the world. That is why China get monopoly on silk. Now see the next question. That is the number 4. That what is calligraphy? So for this answer, you have to open the page number 44 and see the script point. Page number 44, script point. The Chinese writing had been developed in the pictographic form of writing. And the calligraphy was considered the highest form of visual art in China. Calligraphy was the highest form of visual art in China. So what is the calligraphy? Calligraphy was the highest form of visual art in China. Next is what purpose did the sculpture serve the ancient Chinese civilization? So for this answer, you have to open the page number 44. See the sculpture point, and from the sculpture, from the third, you have to start that from the second line. The Chinese sculpture objects are made to be the buried along the emperor during his burial, and the sculpture was intended to protect the emperor for the afterlife. Up to here you have to mark it. That the Chinese people generally use the sculpture when their king or the ruler being died, and they kept their dead bodies inside the soil. That time they put the one statue on it with the king dead bodies. You know for what? Because they believe that after the death, the king went to the another world. So in the another world, this statue being protected to the king. For that reason, they have to use this sculpture or the statues. And the last is that what do you know about the art of bronze casting in the ancient Chinese civilization? The Chinese people, the bronze casting is very famous for them. So you have to mark this one. That is from the third line, from the fourth line, the Chinese founders are made the metal object by using clay, and the different from the Mediterranean European practice to the object of wax covered model. And the process of clay model was made around the solid, and the clay modeling for the envelope to a model, and this process is known as the bronze casting. What they doing? At first, the Chinese people make the clay model. Afterward, they believe that their clay model it being not durable, not so strong. So they want to make some stronger or durable type of model. That is why they start to give the wax coated all over on it. But it's also not the solid or durable. Wax can melt during the warmness also. So that's why they covered the statue with the bronze cover. So that's why they make this process is known as the bronze casting. The layer of the bronze they keep over the statue. That is the clay models. That is called the bronze casting. So you have to understand. I hope you have to understand this all the things, and this all the question answers you have to write down in your copy. Question with answer properly. Okay. So today up to here. Thank you.